everyone, I'm Liz Brown Swanson, and welcome to RPV City Talk. I'm with the great mayor of Rancho Palos Verdes, Mayor Dave Bradley, and we are bringing you the mayor's monthly update from Green Hills Memorial Park here in Rancho Palos Verdes. It's our city's famous cemetery, and we're going to learn a lot more about Green Hills coming up with the historian from this park, so stay tuned for that. And one thing about this, there's a lot of history here to talk about. 77 years, Green Hills opened in 1948, so there's a lot of information to share. What we like to share, though, we give an update every month on the show about what's going on with our landslide, state of emergency, an update on mitigation measures. What can you tell us? Here we are in the middle of July. What's going on with the landslide state of emergency?
So we have reaffirmed the state of emergency for the landslide. We recently had a town hall at Ladera Linda for the residents of Portuguese Bend, the Beach Club, as well as Seaview, talking about the new restrictions that are going to go into place for building. And it's really focused on helping our residents be safe in their homes, building safely, and making it where they can repair their homes that have been damaged, but do it in a safe manner. It's not meant to be punitive, but it is meant to provide safety measures for the community for going forward.
Right, properties within the landslide complex have had certain areas have had building restrictions for decades now, so you are updating those. The council will be reviewing this again in August.
Yeah, it'll be coming before the council at the next council meeting for our first reading, and then it'll be going into effect later this summer.
And regarding the landslide, we've been in the state of emergency since October of 2023, and this team, our team's working 24/7 on mitigation measures. The deep dewatering wells are working. The movement, are we seeing less and less movement? How is that going?
So it depends on where it is in the landslide. I mean, the landslide is not monolithic. It moves at different rates. Different parts move differently. We have had some great success in some of the dewatering well measurements that we've, or implementations that we've done on the eastern side of the landslide over towards Seaview and the Beach Club. Things on the western side towards where the heritage site for Wayfarers Chapel was, where we were at our last City Talk,
right, that's
still moving well above what has been historic averages. So we think that the things that we've done on the east side are working. They're successful. We're very pleased with that, but the landslide is not fixed by any state matter or any potential
right. This
measure.
is an ongoing issue that we're working on. You're also working on funding. This has been very expensive for our city. You've been also working on providing assistance to the hundreds of homeowners impacted. How is that going in terms of being able to provide and keep our city coffers going?
So we are continuing to work with our federal and state partners. In fact, the city manager and Councilman Peristam and I had the opportunity to tour representatives from Cal OES, from FEMA, and from the Office of Budget and Management from the federal government through the landslide 3 weeks ago. We are continuing to look for other funding and grant sources to be able to help us mitigate the project. Just put in perspective, it's roughly a $150 million problem in a city with an annual budget of roughly $40 million. So needless to say, we can't do that all on our own. We really need help from others. So we're looking to see how we can get additional help to really help us get a handle on the landslide, move it across the board to below historic averages, and really take care of Palos Verdes Drive South, make sure that it is safe for the 4 sewer mains that go along Palos Verdes Drive South, and as a major arterial road for us. One of the improvements that we've seen in Portuguese Bend is the LA County Sewer District has redone all the steel piping and put it into a polypropylene type of continuous pipe that will be more resilient to land movement in the future, which is some really great improvements along the way.
Well, this landslide is more than anyone's city should have to bear, but we're doing it, and we have a great team. And go on the city website, rpvca.gov. Anytime you can get information on land movement, what's being done, and we thank you for the council's action. Anything you want to add?
And I will just say that, one of the things is we are moving or removing almost 1 million gallons of water a day from our deep dewatering wells throughout the landslide. So that's just an amazing amount of water that we're pulling out of the landslide area, which is the primary cause of the movement.
It's all water management, and we've really taken it a long way in the
Exactly.
last few years. And let's hope for a dry winter. We need a dry winter coming up. We're going to move on. Obviously, public safety is always the number one goal of our city council. There's been a lot of improvement regarding traffic enforcement and efforts along Palos Verdes Drive East. Tell us about that, your partnership, obviously, with Lomita Sheriff Station to, there's been more ticketing going on, things like that, to help keep our streets safe there.
We worked with the Lomita Sheriff Station to really increase enforcement of Palos Verdes Drive East. Unfortunately, there have been some folks that have taken advantage of the topography of Palos Verdes Drive East and have been driving at unsafe speeds. We've had a couple fatality accidents where people have lost control of a motorcycle or cars, very tragic, and have been using it as almost a race course. So dramatic increase in enforcement of the current speed limits and really helped bring that down. So
yeah, you saw the presence of the patrols out there, and then we know between residents calling with concerns, you had the traffic safety committee looking into it, so it was really an excellent execution of our resources, and it will continue. And the Sheriff's Department brings you reports on how successful this has been. The
number of citations went up dramatically as we increased enforcement, and we're continuing to focus on enforcement on Palos Verdes Drive East. And that's on both sides, both on the switchback side as well as on the reservoir side.
Yeah. As we sit here at Green Hills Memorial Park right now, it makes me think of all of our city parks and the beauty that we have here to enjoy. There is a survey that's going to be going out to our residents. Stay tuned for that in August, a recreational parks survey. Explain what's going on with that and the focus.
Yeah, we're trying to query the residents on what they find important, what services and programs that the city can put into place that most of our residents will take advantage of and find useful. So for those of you out there in the community, please take advantage of that opportunity to let your opinions be known so we can take that into account in the planning and programming for our parks and our recreation programs.
I know you're going to request another yoga class.
Absolutely.
Because you need to have that.
I do like yogurt in the morning.
Well, they're going to be asking those kinds of questions because especially with our new Ladera Linda Community Park and the offerings there's so much more opportunity for recreational classes. And I think what's great is this survey will be divided by youth and adults, right? Because we want to know, what mom and dad might want might be different than little Joey.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure it is.
So stay tuned for that. You just got back from your monthly mayor's breakfast. You meet every month with our committee and commission leaders. We have 7 volunteer committees and then the planning commission. And you hear what they're up to. They have work plans helping our city as volunteers. How did that meeting go? And I know you just got a report, their biannual report from the committee and commission leaders.
So we went through all the committees and commission and talked about what's going on in the city that affects the commissions and the committees, as well as what they're doing. Several of the committees have been in kind of the summer mode and have canceled a couple of meetings because they haven't been able to get a quorum, which is understandable in the summertime with people taking vacations and family trips. But we went over some of the major things going on, the financial state of the city, what's going on in Portuguese Bend, the traffic calming on Palos Verdes Drive East, things that we just talked about.
Right. Like the Emergency Management Committee, for example, they're really active in doing wildfire awareness campaigns and teaching us about home hardening. And we really depend on these. And pretty much all the committee and commissions are filled right now. But there's some openings.
I think 2 openings, but for the emergency management group, one of the things they're looking at is how to get the word out to our residents. And they're demoing a AM radio transmitter within the city to see if that's the right way to be able to reach our residents in the times of an emergency when there might be lack of power and lack of cell phone coverage.
Right. I mean, they really are. The committee and commission members are your eyes and ears for the council. Everybody's volunteering, including yourself. So it helps get to city business and get a lot of work done. Many hands makes light work. So I want to thank our volunteers.
Absolutely. So there's only 5 of us on city council, but we have 40 commissioners and committee members out there that really help us with those the detailed analysis and the detail.
And I love that we started a youth advisory committee. That's our newest committee in the last year, and they are really.
In fact, we're going through recruitment for the 25-26 school year right now, and Mayor Pro Tem Seau are doing those interviews right now.
And the youth, they pick, they'll pick ideas and things to focus on, like what are we going to do about e-bike ordinances and things of interest to them. So
that have a direct impact on the youth of the city.
We always say it takes a village, and we love our village. Twice a month, the City Council meets the first and third Tuesday of the month, and on this show, we like to highlight what you've been talking about. The July 15th City Council meeting, your last meeting, you had 2 agenda items that deal with the lighting, landscaping, and management district, a new assessment there to bring some fees into our coffers, as well as the Abalone Cove Sewer Abatement District assessment. So explain to the residents council action on those 2 matters and how it affects the residents.
So the lighting district, we have not been collecting fees for, I believe, the last 10 years. The fees go to 0 because the city was in a good financial place. At the last council meeting, we voted to reestablish those fees to be able to help with the beautification and the lighting and maintenance district, just because of where we are financially. And that goes along with the sewer fees for Abalone Cove.
Right.
The city operates the sewer system for Abalone Cove. Traditionally, it's cost the city $200,000 to $300,000 a year to maintain that. Last year, we spent $3.5 million on it. Yep. We did vote Tuesday night to increase the Abalone Cove sewer fee for a CPI increase of roughly 3%. That still does not cover close to the cost of what it does to maintain that sewer system for the residents in Portuguese Bend.
I think that the Abalone Cove Sewer Abatement District Assessment Adjustment brings about another $60,000 or so. And as you were saying, the landscaping, lighting, management district, I think each parcel was like under $30 per home. But again, every bit counts, especially in the wake of the all the landslide costs to help bring more revenues in. We need them.
Everything we've done to stabilize Palos Verdes Drive South, continue to repave it, continue to keep it open, has really been an impact to the city coffers and has really stretched our city budget almost to the breaking point. We're
going to move on to the funnest part of the show, which for me, I think that one of the greatest part of the show is we get to stay tuned for our interview with the historian here at Green Hills. However,
wait. I thought the funnest part of the show was talking to the mayor.
I said that. But the greatest part could be when we get Steve, who's waiting, standby here to come on. No,
in the wings,
it's all
so
good.
to speak.
We're grateful for all of you. We have a lot going on in our city during the summer. It's one of my favorite times of year, of course. 4th of July celebration. It brings our community together. You and I both missed out. You missed out on the pie eating contest, Mayor Bradley, but we heard all about it. So
I won last year. I didn't want to tempt fate. So unfortunately, I was not able to participate in the pie eating contest and defend my belt, so to speak. Councilman Peristam,
our new council member.
I did see the after action video and he was ferocious.
What kind of pie did they have? Did you find out? I haven't seen the video.
I don't know what pie that was, but man, it looked like Councilman Peristam had not been fed for weeks. He really took down Councilman Lewis as well as Mayor Emeritus Cruikshank.
Well, it's been a great tradition. The 4th of July, of course, in our city with the drone show in the evening. You know, thousands of people coming together and all to celebrate our country, and it's wonderful, and we'll just have to get there next year.
And next year will be our 250th anniversary of the United States.
So it'll be extra special.
The drone show is going to be bigger and better next year, and it's going to be an exciting time.
Yes. So congratulations to the Rec and Park staff that does an amazing job putting it together and all that gets done.
They crush it.
Yes,
for
they
Whale
do.
of a Day,
Yes, they do.
For the movies in the park, and especially for our 4th of July celebrations.
Yes. Other things we want to let the community know, we've got concerts and a movie in the park still coming up. Any events you want to announce to let our community know about?
Well, we have the rest. I believe we have one more movie in the park.
Right.
We have one more concert in the park.
Movie in the park's August 9th.
Yes.
It's at Hess Park featuring Wild Robot. I don't know that one.
Yeah, and it's a movie that I've never seen. And then we have the final concert in the park, which is 90s music on August 23rd, 4 to 6 p.m.
We might know a few of those songs.
I might have been around.
Yeah. Great. So go on the city website again, rpvca.gov. You'll see the calendar, things that are going on. And one other note I want to mention that coming up in August for all you dog lovers that go to the Eastview Dog Park, they're going to be doing some great restoration of that over there at the dog park. So there's going to be temporary closed down. So that's something to bark about, Mayor. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we are going to hear some amazing stories about Green Hills Memorial Park, our city's famous and only cemetery. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to RPV City Talk. I'm Liz Brown Swanson with Mayor Dave Bradley, and I want to welcome our guest here who's invited us here from Green Hills. He is the historian of Green Hills Memorial Park, Steve Espolt. Thank you for taking time out. You are so busy. I know you've been helping here and working here for almost like 40 years, off and on, you said. So first, let's start off with your story, how you got involved with Green Hills.
Well, like I said, I've been involved here first of all, let me welcome you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate you taking the time out and showing off our park a little bit that we're so proud of. I actually came here the first time in 1978, came to work here in 1982. I've been here off and on. I've left a couple times and come back. I came back, but associated with the company for a little over 40 years now, and very involved with the history of the park and how we started and where we've developed over the years.
Yeah, 77 years. And I know you said when you have a new employee, you'll spend 3 hours driving around just to explain the amazing history. Can you bring us back in time, the vision then back in 1948 and what's here now, a little bit about that?
So in 1948, the community was starting to grow. And a group of 13 businessmen got together and put up the money and purchased this plot of land. At that time, it was being used for grazing cattle. It's hard to imagine today, looking at the hill as we see it, that there was nothing here. In fact, at that time, Western Avenue was just a gravel road. But they had the vision that they knew this community was going to grow, and we needed a cemetery. At that time, the closest cemetery of any size was over in Inglewood. Wow. So again, they did that. Now the company has changed structure over the years, but today we are a thriving company. The cemetery is approximately 120 acres, and currently we have about 114,000 people interred here.
Wow. And of course, the relationship and partnership with our city, Mayor Bradley, every year Green Hills comes back. They update you on what's happening with this park. Talk about the partnership and the relationship the city has with Green Hills.
So today the partnership with Green Hills is very good. Not always been the case. I mean, we've had some rough spots over the years, but now Green Hills is certainly a great partner to the city. Recently we were out here for the Memorial Day observance, and actually where we're sitting here today was, and I'm sure you're going to talk more about it, but Green Hills brought in the traveling Vietnam Memorial Wall, which was very moving and an amazing piece of American history to celebrate Memorial Day. But yes, every year I look forward to the Memorial Day observance because it's just a really great time for the community to come together, honor those that have fallen and given the last full measure from the community.
Right. I know we're going to talk about the Memorial Harness coming up, as well as that Memorial Day observance is so special. But you were saying, about this partnership with the city. This opened in 1948, but it wasn't until 84, when Eastview was incorporated to the city, that Green Hills became officially part of Rancho Palos Verdes. Is that right?
Correct. Prior to that, we were part of San Pedro.
Okay.
Had a San Pedro address. Kind of fun to try to explain to people sometimes how our address changed from San Pedro to RPV, but we're happy it did.
We're so grateful that
we
you're
are
here.
too.
because you are our city's only cemetery crew.
Yes.
So you mentioned about this, Mayor Bradley, behind us. We were here. This was unveiled. Green Hills is unbelievable tribute to veterans of the Vietnam War over Memorial Day this year. Why the Vietnam War veterans did you select that? And
Green Hills Memorial Day observance, as we know it now, goes back to the mid-'80s when we started doing it. They actually did Memorial Day services early in the 50s and whatnot, but during the 60s, 70s, it wasn't the politically correct thing to do, and it went away. We reinstituted it in the mid-'80s, and right from the start, the Vietnam Vets organizations have been very supportive of what we did. They've participated every year. So this year, with it being the 50th anniversary of the end of Vietnam, we decided we wanted to do something to honor those Vietnam vets in a way that so many of them didn't get the honor that they deserved at the time. So the result of that is what you see behind us here as our Vietnam.
And I know the names listed are Southern California, is that right? South Bay based Vietnam vets? Is that right?
On the back side of the
Yep.
monument are lists of Vietnam vets, not necessarily ones who are deceased. Just anybody who was a Vietnam veteran can have their name placed on there.
Right. You know, when you mentioned about, every Memorial Day with this job with RPV TV, we come and we record the Memorial Day observance, and it's unbelievable what gets put into that event. It's very emotional, and to see the Vietnam vets that were here and how important this is, to have this here as a place to come and be grateful. Right. And I think the flags get put up by scouts on, we were saying 8,000 known of the burials here are veterans of our wars.
Yeah, the Saturday before Memorial Day, every year we have the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and any other organization that would like come out and help. I think this year we had about 1,000 people came out to help put flags on the graves and put flags on all of the ones that we know are veterans based on the memorial that they have. We know that there's a lot of veterans that don't have that designation on their marker, but we do it for all of them. And it's about 8,000 that we put out.
Right. I know, Mayor Bradley, you were here for that. That day,
Absolutely.
you already spoke to that, is very special. The
Very
meaning
special.
behind that day. Along with, we were saying over 100,000 people have been interred here for the community watching. You do events throughout the year to bring, we were saying about when you come to a cemetery, it's a place that you can think of as being in the light, and there's a lot going on for the community. And so talk about the events you have coming up and just what you feel like this park represents to our community.
Sure. We do 4 major events every year. The first in the year is the Easter sunrise service. It's held right here where we are, which gives an absolutely beautiful view of the sunrise over the harbor. Then Memorial Day, obviously, we do every Memorial Day. And then in October, we have what we call our Harvest Festival, which is more of a fun event, more geared towards kids. We have a pumpkin patch, we have arts and crafts, we have hay rides, different events for them, and that usually gets about close to 3,000 people come for that. And then in December, we do the Let It Snow event, which is more of a holiday where we, again, have event things for the kids, but we also have the lighting of our memorial Christmas tree, where we have people put ornaments that they can dedicate to loved ones and place it on the tree, and we do the lighting of that tree.
That's nice. And you mentioned you have snow. We had snow our first year, right, at RPV City Hall.
Yes.
And so it's nice. And also for people that are watching, one thing we talked about when it comes to planning, for your own day when that comes, it's not the easiest thing, and people need to be prepared. If people want to learn more about working with Green Hills, they can go on your website. What's the best way?
They can go to our website at greenhillsla.com, and all the information is there. They can schedule an appointment, a 15-minute phone call, and we'll get them started on the process.
We're going to start to wrap it up. Anything you want to add? You said 3 hours or more we need with you to go over. There's so many fascinating stories, including like the chapel that's on the grounds here. We could go on. Anything you want that, the most asked questions you get that you want to answer right now.
Well, you brought up the chapel. The little church that we have here is the historic, what we refer to as a historic church. It was actually the very first church that was built in the San Pedro area. built in 1883. In 2010, we were fortunate enough to have it deeded over to us, and we brought it here and restored it. So as you see it today, it is as close to what it looked like in 1883 as we were humanly possible. And that was something that was a great honor to us. The city worked with us on getting that here. Again, we were honored to have it here and be able to protect that piece of our local history. Anybody who is interested in the history of the park, would like to know more, they can contact me through our main number or through our website, and I'd be happy to give anybody the 3-hour tour.
And is it greenhillsla.com?
Not the 3-hour tour.
Unfortunately, there's so many people who don't understand that reference anymore.
What is the website again? Sorry.
It's greenhillsla.com.
Got it. All right. Well, it's wonderful you taking the time. It's just so nice to be here with you and be part of Green Hills and all you do for our community. Thank you so much.
And we appreciate the partnership between the City of Rancho Palos Verdes and Green Hills. And going forward, we're looking forward to many more years of a great partnership.
As are we. We've got some great things on the drawing boards.
Thank you so much to Mayor Bradley, all the hard work you put into our city, and get to one of those city council meetings, 1st and 3rd of every month. Yep. Check out our website, rpvca.gov. I'm Liz Brown Swanson with RPV City Talk. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody.